Get my 6. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the most amazing homesteading channel on the planet that typically doesn't have anything whatsoever to do with homesteading. Homesteading off the grid. Say hi, everybody. You're on TV. All right, so folks, today's video actually does have something to do with homesteading. My sponsor, Vevor, sent me a wonderful product, and I'm going to be assembling it today. Vevor Tough Tool, half prices. This is a hen. It's a set of laying boxes for hens. It's got 10 boxes in it. I'm going to put it together, but I want to show you some really neat things first. I'm going to show you my birds. I've got several types of chickens. I've got some ducks, but I keep some of those humane predator traps set out because we've had problems with raccoons and possums, and I caught one particular animal again for the second time. Let me flip the camera around so I can zoom in and show you. And this is what I like about these traps. You can set things free. This is especially important. Check this out. All right, let me show you some of my girls and guys first here. And I want to point out my beautiful bride, Dearly, aka Giggly Girl, and myself put up an electric fence recently because we did have something trying to get in at night. Hi, girl. And we believe it was either a fox or a raccoon. So we wanted to have these extra measures here. But in here we've got some, I can't remember what kind they are, but they're pretty neat. But I remember these little blue ones over here. Let me go around this way to get a better view with the light out of the way. These are about 2 months old now, but these are actually the largest chicken breed in the world. They're Jersey Giants. These particular Jersey Giants are blue. Oh, that one wants to show off a little bit. We bought 7 of them. We got these from Tractor Supply. We don't know specifically which gender they are yet, but it's looking like we've got 3 roosters and 4 hens, and we're happy with that because we do want to breed them. The hens get up to 10 pounds, 10 to 12 pounds each, and the roosters get up to 15 pounds each. Again, they're a hybrid breed created in New Jersey in the late 1800s. They were originally, the attempt was to replace turkey as far as meat goes by creating these giant chickens. And so that's where they come from. Got a couple of old girls that don't lay anymore. Got them from somebody that didn't have the heart to dispatch them and put them in a soup pot. So I just think they're nice to look at. So I took them and keep them. Now these 3 lay every day. Now over here's my ducks. They're being lazy right now. We got Huey, Dewey, Louie, Donald, Daffy, and Taffy. Taffy is the one that's looks like a caramel swirled brownie right there. Beautiful little birds. They've just recently started quacking. The 2 black ones and the yellow ones, which will probably turn white, are about 6 weeks old. And then the little caramel swirled ones, they're about 5 weeks old. Then here's a bunch of chickens. These are mixed breeds, different types. We got 10 in there. Dun, dun, dun. Do you see what we caught last night? Yeah, we'll get back to that here in a second. But here's our little teeny tiny ones. We went down to Tractor Supply, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago to get some supplies. And they had their last batch of little tiny little chickens. There's one popping out. We're using honeybee nuke boxes as little houses for them when they're tiny. But they were just so cute, we had to get some more. You can never have too many chickens. But again, here you go. Here's the big surprise I want to show you. Hi there, Ming Ming. Hi, kitty kitty. This is the second time we've caught this cat in one of our humane traps. Now, we'll bait the traps with, as you can see in this case, we had some fish. Dearly cooked some tilapia the other day. We had some leftovers, so we'll put tilapia in there. I use donuts sometimes, any sort of sweets, because that attracts the raccoons and the yellow jackets, as you can see. Now, we like to use these traps because I tell you, I love animals. I love nature. We have lost chickens to some raccoons and some possums. And listen, anybody who thinks possums don't eat chickens clearly have never raised chickens. They will kill and eat chickens. There's this theory out there that, oh no, they're scavengers. They just get caught eating the carcass and people assume they kill them. No, I have seen with my very eyes possums murder chickens. It happens. Okay, you got foxes and all these things. But the thing I like about these traps is we can haul the animals we catch away several miles away and just turn them loose, and they get to live happily ever after, and we don't have to kill them just for doing what they do naturally, which is seeking out prey. We just don't like it when that prey happens to be our chickens. Now this kitty, I'll turn her loose, or him, whatever it is. It never sticks around long enough for me to determine that. I don't know whose cat it is. I'm assuming it's a neighbor's. So I guess it came for the fish. Well, let me let it out of the cage. I'm trying to set the camera up without a tripod here so you can see me humanely releasing this kitty cat. There. Hopefully the camera stays there. All right. All right, kitty. Let's put you out. Just don't scratch me, okay? Don't claw me up, kitty. Here, I'll let you out. Here you go. Here you go, kitty. I know. Here, I'll let you out again, okay? Come on. There you go. See, that's what I love about those traps, because that cat means something to somebody. If you're one of my many neighbors who watch my videos, and I know you do because you approach me in public and tell me something about that you like what I posted or you didn't like what I posted. If that's your cat, understand it's always going to be safe here, but you got to watch out. You never know what other guy that your cat might not be safe with. You might want to keep it inside. All right, let's get these hen laying boxes together and see how they look. All right, before we get to putting that thing together, I'm going to show you the happy time here. I give them fresh water every day. As these ducks get bigger, we're going to have their swimming pool needs to get bigger, but they can all fit in this one. They love that fresh water. They used to swim over here in these, but they outgrew them. I still put water in there. Those Jersey Giants love drinking the water from there. The ducks still get in there. And then the adults, there's Freckles. Her name's Freckles. And there's one of my little red hens. I let the adults come out in free range as long as I'm here. You want some pettings, huh? Can I pet you? Can I pet you again? She already let me pet her once. You know, they let me pet them once a day, but once I pet them once, that's it. So the others are around here. Let the big ones out. We've got some hawks around here that'll get the smaller ones. So, but the big ones, I let them out for a few hours a day. And as these get bigger, they'll be allowed out too, as long as I'm here to supervise them. Anyway, all right. I just like seeing them be happy. I'll come out here and sit with them sometimes. And I fall asleep hanging out with them. Sit in my chair right here. Zoom out. I fall asleep just hanging out with my birds. It's like hypnotic. All right, so I've got everything unboxed. As with every Vevor product we've ever gotten, we got somebody over here that wants some attention. Will you shut up? This is for you. Just be patient. Maybe that's why she's being impatient. It came perfectly packaged, no damage, no dents, breaks. I always do this. I always lay all the parts out like this so I can see what I'm working with. I actually went through the owner's manual. Oops, I accidentally dropped my bag of nuts and bolts. Sorry for that interruption. So anyway, the owner's manual is well written, easy to understand. I laid out all the parts whenever to make sure I have exactly what it says I need, and I do. And I like that it includes the small tools you'll need for assembly. Now, I'm going to point something out. These metal parts are of the type that if you're not super careful, you might slice your fingers like a razor going down the sides. So I will be using gloves. I spotted it right away, so I was very careful. I didn't cut my little writer's fingers. So I would recommend using gloves for this, as I'm going to do. And basically, and FYI, I did watch the 3-minute demo video on the Amazon page where this product was listed. It's not hard to put together. It's actually quite simple, but as you can see from the owner's manual, it's just a lot of screwing around you got to do. But I should be pretty good at that because I'm pretty good at screwing around. All through my school days, my teachers always told me, you know what, Kevin, you're really good at screwing around. That's what you're good at. And then when I was in the Army guys, my people who were superior to me in rank and only rank, used to say, you know what, Lake, you're really good at screwing around. You know, if there was a job where you just had to screw around, you would be good at that job. Well, hey, na boo boo to all of them. I got that job. Right here's that job. The chicken's getting close. Oh, sorry, chicken. I didn't mean to almost drop that on you. So anyway, let me get to it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to bore you by showing me screwing everything around. Now, should potentially a Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or a dog man or something like that show up in the background up there, I'll record. I'll adjust the camera angle. Maybe you pick up him, her, it, or they. But I will let you know about any troubleshooting that I need to do. I'll show you that, and otherwise I'll let you know approximately how long this takes. So let's get started now. Okay guys, just an update of how things are going so far. So far, so good. I stopped keeping time because it literally took me 10 minutes to figure out which way these things go. But it's no fault of Vevor. It's because my mind doesn't work for this kind of stuff. It just doesn't. I was trying to put these in upside down and backwards. It literally took me 10 minutes just to realize the easiest way to figure it out is to line the holes up with the holes in the frame. But it's easy. A lot of screwing around. The animals over there have gotten tired of waiting for their new treat. They're like laying around, falling asleep watching me. I'm taking so long. But hey, we're getting there. Okay guys, troubleshooting time. Let me tell you, I have put 2 of these on incorrectly twice. Vevor does not do a good job of explaining this. I'm sorry. Bar number 7 goes on the back, which they have you putting this thing together upside down and then flipping it once you do. And I didn't realize my mistake until I flipped it. Pay more attention to that than I did, clearly. Okay, again, it's not entirely their fault. The instructions are just not very clear. There is no words. It's all pictures. That's kind of good, but it's not so good in some other ways too. Now, also, troubleshooting number 2. According to the instructions, you're supposed to get this entire frame together, and let me show you this. Flip it over like I did, and then slide the trays in, okay? Let me tell you, it doesn't work quite like that, okay? So again, when I flipped it, I realized I had a bar on wrong. Had to take it off, switch it, and let me tell you, these frames are so tight that if this bar on the back, which is number 7 that does go on the back, is screwed on, I could not fit these trays in. Okay, so what I did is I took the bar off. I'm putting the trays in individually, getting them in where they're supposed to be, working the bar around it, and then screwing the bar on. Okay, now the good news is, the bad news is it's going to take a little bit longer to put together. I'm getting bombarded by walnuts. I'm underneath some walnut trees. Yeah, down there, Zuma, she's getting hit by walnuts. So anyway, but the good news is, once I do it this way, these are going to be very secure. And since I have you here showing you this, I'll show you how simple these are to put on. Now, they just come with this part that you put here, like a handle, snaps on there. A little more challenging to do one-handed, so I'm not even going to try. But I'll show you this side where I did it. I just use both hands, but it's really neat because the nesting boxes will sit at a slight downward angle. So when your girls jump up, they can grab on there with their feet, go in here, and we'll have cedar in there or pine shavings. You can put hay or whatever. They lay, and then you just open this up and the eggs roll down here, downhill, and you grab them. So that's pretty neat. It's just, they should stick in a tube of KY jelly with this because it's a pretty tight fit. All right, guys, now that I've cursed out Vevor's mother's maiden name, I've got to eat some crow. Let me tell you, once I got that first problem troubleshooted, the rest was relatively easy. Again, it was my mistake to kind of put the wrong bar on the wrong side, but that part of the instructions was not very clear. So again, there's a post I see on Facebook a lot that says wisdom is learning from other people's mistakes so that you don't have to make them. That's not true. Please learn from my mistakes so that you don't make them. But that doesn't make you wise. That makes you someone who can follow instructions and mimic others. Wisdom, actually, the definition of wisdom is a result of experience. Unfortunately, experience, as we know, often comes just a little too late. But now I could put this product together again if I got one just like it, and I would know better. So hopefully you will from having watched this video. But once I got that in, the rest of the boxes just slid in relatively easy. I did wait until I got them all in, and then I went around and secured that thing on the back. I do recommend that because it is a tight fit. But the good part about that is that your girls are going to be safe. when they jump up here. This thing's not going to rattle around. The screws won't come loose. Now that I do have 2 hands to work with, I do want to show you how easy these are to put on. There's little grooves. They just snap down in there. See that? So your girls can jump up there, lay their eggs. You can get them right out of there. And you can pull these out to clean them, which will be easy. Yeah, they all just snap right in. We're big in taking the water hose everywhere and just spraying stuff out because it's kind of even easier and quicker, more efficient. And then a lot of times, like we have a garden over here by where we keep the chickens, so we can clean stuff out and then also water the garden at the same time. So as you see, I'm going around putting on the lids to the laying boxes. Probably the easiest part of the process. I didn't push this one all the way back in because I wanted to show you as a demo. And I guess now that we've got the frame together, we could even put this on first. Yeah, you just put it in the grooves. Slide it back. And it just snaps right in. They all do that once you get the first portion of it in, okay? So there we go. They're all in. They're all ready to go. I am going to point out I did skip one part in the process, and that has to do with the large hanging screws. There's a couple of M1 and M2, they call it in the instructions. That is so that you can, let me show you. So if you're hanging this up on a wall, or if you're putting in posts or a big piece of plywood, so you can hang on there. You can even drill nails if you're hanging on a post, but we're putting ours, I'll show you. I mean, we keep things pretty simple. My wife dearly and I also live in the Philippines part of the year when our son's finished with high school here in a few very quick years. Probably gonna be over there about as much as we are over here. So we like the style of, like, we like to upcycle. Like there's some laying boxes, you see the birds love them. We just had our kitchen renovated and we got brand new cabinets and everything, new appliances, new flooring. So we took some of the drawers from the old cabinet, some of the old kitchen stuff, furniture, whatever you want to call it, and we made nesting boxes out of that. And then here comes a hen. Of course, she's an old girl, doesn't lay anymore. We cut a door into a large Tupperware container of there we weren't using. They lay in that, they sleep in that. So we're just going to put it on the ground and make sure to secure it around the frame of their house with wires. So that it'll be solid and sturdy. But that's why I skipped that step and didn't put, look at these ducks. That's why I didn't put those retaining screws in there. They love swimming. You guys and girls going swimming, huh? Quack, quack. All right, let me get the laying boxes in there and let's see how they look inside the house. All right, look at these lazy bums trying to eat grass while they're laying down. That's their way of letting me know they need grass. I need to get them a bucket of grass. We let them out sometimes. All right, but I wanted to show you, we've got it in, and I moved, they actually roost on this. This is a roosting frame that came with this big chicken house we got. But I'll walk you in here. Let me see, make sure this electric wire's off. Oh no, it's not, I gotta unplug it. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Come on, chicken. You want to come out? Come on, girl. You want to come out and go hook up with your sisters? Come on. When I opened the door to move the nesting boxes in there, the other red ones ran out. All right, so here we go. I mean, it looks good. Look at this. And, you know, the thing is so stable, I don't even believe I'm going to need to secure it to the fence or the cage, and I'm probably not going to, just so that if we do decide to move it at some point later or put it back on it, you know, it'll be easier to do because I won't have to unscrew it. Behave. You know, for like a day they all don't get along, but now they're like brothers and sisters. The Jersey Giants love to sleep on top of the ducks, like at night or even during the day when they're sunbathing. If the ducks are all piled up, the Jersey Giants go over and lay on them. So anyway, yeah, we've got these, we've got that, but once these little guys over here, these are all hens. There's 10 hens there and 4 over there, so we got 14 more coming. We're gonna need the boxes, and again, we will be free ranging daily, as long as we know we're here and we're not going to leave, to make sure the predators stay away. So they get out, they get plenty of space, but this is a pretty big space here that we have for them. They would pretty much just sleep in here at night. It's like 18 feet by 9 feet, and we scrape up the poo regularly, and we have extra bags of topsoil we keep down there, so that, you know, when we scrape up the poo in the soil, we can fill in the bald spots. We put the poo and the soil in our gardens. We have various gardens. We have compost piles. I want to point out too, something I always do when I put my chicken pens together is I put wire underneath so that nothing can dig up from underneath. Foxes, raccoons, coyotes, we have coyotes in this part of the world, they'll do that too. So it's a pretty secure pen. They've been in here for about a month. We've had this pen up for about a month and nothing's gotten in. Hi there, ducky. You want to go swimming? Want me to move so you can go swimming? You want to go for a swim? You can go for a swim. You're getting big. Heck yeah, you are. Are you just thirsty? Okay. All right, so I'm not going to put any shavings in the laying boxes just yet, but I will. And there's a girl that's already postmenopausal, thinking about her younger years when she used to use those things. She's going to go check them out anyway. But we'll bring them up to you, give you updates in later videos to let you know how they're doing. That's what we do, because I don't want to wait 48 hours to make sure they're nestled in. But there we go, just in the first 4 to 8 minutes, we've got a hen going in there, checking out her new toy. But what? You're not getting the attention? You're jealous? So I'm going to look. Oh, they love that water right there. That thing works. Yeah, that holds 12 gallons. Look at that lazy duck. She likes to lay there and just drink water while she's laying there. And there's getting attacked by more walnuts. I'm going to give you a quick update. As I end this video, I'm going to give you a quick update on our Vevor pond aerator we put in about 6 weeks ago now. I'm going to show you how well the pond is doing. Hi, girls. You're going to like your new boxes, your new egg laying boxes when you go in there. Look at these, falling like crazy. Make sure you guys don't get hit by these walnuts. Some of them are pretty big. Look at this. Man, I think these are the biggest that we've had this year. All right, so anyway, I love how they smell. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that this summer our pond had a problem. It was super hot, super dry, and it was getting all stagnated. And we had fish. We didn't have like a big kill off, but we did have a couple of huge, like nearly 2-pound bluegills die. And we've stocked our pond with catfish, largemouth bass. There was already crappie and bluegills in it, but the entire top of the surface was carbon monoxide or dioxide bubbles. It was a foam. The water was completely stagnant there when a bullfrog. There was like, it was treacherous. Everything was getting ready to die. So I contacted my good folks there at Vevor. There's a fish in the shadow of that birdhouse. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. It's either a minnow or a baby largemouth bass. So anyway, they sent us the aerator. I told you I'd bring you updates on that. It was a $308 product. Within 10 days, within the first 24 hours, we saw a noticeable difference. The water started to get very well oxygenated, moved its way out further and further. After about a week, from here to about here, was completely oxygenated. After 10 days, there was just a little bit of foam around the edges. And again, I don't think it's rained once since that time. It has really been a very dry summer. But now the entire pond is completely oxygenated. The fish are happy. When I come down here and feed them high protein pellets in the mornings, they just school like crazy. They're more active. They were very sluggish before we put the aerator in. So again, Vevor's products are very good, and I like to give you updates from time to time on some of the previous products that we have demoed. So that's all, guys. Another totally awesome video from the most awesomest homesteading channel on the planet that typically doesn't have anything whatsoever to do with homesteading off the grid. Today it did, though. You know, we left the potential Bigfoot Sasquatches in the forest where he, she, it, or they belong. We left the creepy, spooky, ghouly ghosts up in the attic where they they like to sleep. They like to come out and roam at night. But if you're into that kind of stuff, make sure to keep checking back with the channel, especially this coming October. Going to have a lot of creepy stories for you. It's a big part of homesteading. Storytelling, you're sitting around the campfire or sitting in front of the wood stove if you're inside and just telling some good spine-tingling thriller stories. But I'm about ready to take a hint from my birds here and go inside and take a nap. So thanks for being here with me. The link to this totally awesome hen nesting boxes is in the description box below. You can get it on Amazon. I believe it's approximately $156 for the 10 piece. They have smaller units, like 8 pieces, I believe, which are a little less expensive. You can find them by way of the link as well. I want to thank my sponsors at Vevor for sending me another quality product. And we'll see you guys for more next time.